Shalom. All praises to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem Rakapadash. Double honor to the elder apostles, the bishops, the elders of GMS who are well. Peace and salutations to the elect. My name is Ainar. The title of this video is Slave Bible Moralizes Esau. Basically, strolling down my feed and a member of Genesis pulled up the one that always wears the hat. He's a priest, I guess. I don't know his name. I forgot it. But anyway, so he had something on his page. He had this right here, so we'll get into it. He had this guy. He said, "What is the slave Bible?" But on the page of the brother or the pit bulls, he said, "Bible scholar preaches Israelite doctrine." So I just wanted to see. I just wanted to see because it's interesting to me. So I pulled up the source. I got it right here, and I listened to the whole thing. So he was talking about. Basically, he goes in to let his own tongue fall upon himself. This guy looks like an Edomite, and he says that basically, Esau went in there and they corrupted the Bible, took parts out, right, left some parts in, and made the slave Bible to for the slaves, which are the Israelites, which we are the Israelites, to read or to be read to, so that they will be in a docile state of mind, never to awaken to the truth of who they really are, and to be perpetual slaves, which it didn't work out so well, right? But anyway, I got here the last few minutes of the video, and I'll play that part, and I'll just give us some scriptures,
said. And so what the Museum of the Bible does is gloss over the fact that the contemporary objection to and abhorrence of slavery is not an outgrowth of the Bible. It's actually something that is imposed upon the Bible. Now, before I wrap up, I need to point to the source of a lot of this information, because this is not entirely my argument.
All right, so basically, the whole discussion here is that, you have to watch the video. Well, basically what he said was that they're debating whether the good book, is the slave Bible, or is it good? Is it not good? Does it condemn slavery? Does it not condemn slavery? I don't know if they're trying to justify themselves what they're trying to do, but Esau that is in, and shameful spewing is on his glory, right? This is something that he did and that he continues to do, as in try to hide the truth of what's happening, right? Who the real Israelites are. They have these JOOs over the land of Israel, just making a muck of the land. They have the pink city. They don't follow no laws. It's just all BS and fakeness. This is Ezekiel chapter 2, verse 6. It says, "And thou, son of man, be not afraid of them, neither be afraid of their words, though bears and thorns be with thee, and thou dost dwell among scorpions, be not afraid of their words, nor be dismayed at their looks, though they be a rebellious house." Now, this is talking to about the Israelites, obviously, because the word was only given to the Israelites. Ezekiel 2:7 says, "And thou shalt speak my words unto them, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear, for they are most rebellious. But thou, son of man, hear what I say unto thee. Be not thou rebellious like that rebellious house. Open thy mouth and eat that I give thee. And when I looked, behold, an hand was sent unto me, and lo, a roll of a book was therein. And he spread it before me, and it was written within and without. And there was written therein lamentations and mournings and woe." Right. So that's what's in the Bible. The Bible ain't so good. It's full of dark parables, dark sayings, justifying slavery, all of this stuff, death, killings, right? Famine, pestilence, all of that, right? So this dude seems to be surprised. Anyway, I read it. He basically, I listened to it. He basically brings out the truth of that, like I said earlier, the Edomites made the slave Bible to only show the part of, basically being subject to slavery. So you got to check the video out,
argument. Most of it actually came from an article written by Jill Hicks Keaton in The Revealer entitled "The Slave Bible is Not What You Think." The Museum of the Bible presented misleading information to attract people of color to the museum. This is a very revealing discussion. I highly recommend checking out the rest of it, and particularly toward the end where Jill talks about some prompts that are given to visitors toward the end of the exhibit. There are questions that they are invited to answer, and then the answers are hung up on a board. And this question that you can barely make out here reads, "Would you call the Slave Bible the good book?" And this is a big part of Jill's concern, the notion that the Bible is the good book, and that what the Slave Bible does is remove the corrective features, leaving only these more evil features, as if in total it's still the good book. And this is a big concern of Jill's, and she has actually written a book entitled "The Good Book: How White Evangelicals Save the Bible to Save Themselves." And part of Jill's point is that the Bible is not the good book. The Bible, when it's allowed to stand on its own terms, is deeply, deeply problematic. But because evangelicals need to hold it up not just as the authority, but as the moral foundation, they need to turn it into the good book. They need to renegotiate goodness into it. And part of what the Museum of the Bible is doing is supporting that argument by suggesting that, look how evil people have manipulated the Bible to make it sound like something it's not. And the reality is, they're just highlighting what the Bible is by taking some of these parts out. Because again, those parts about liberation are primarily addressing the fact that it sucks when our group is enslaved, but we're perfectly happy when other groups are enslaved. It's not in any way, shape, or form whatsoever questioning the foundations of, or the practice itself of, buying, selling, and owning other human beings. So this,
Yeah, the scriptures say in Amos 3, uh, Amos 3 and 1, hear this word that the Lord Yahweh has spoken against you, O children of Israel. It's always been about the Israelites. The whole Bible is about the Israelites. It says, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of earth. Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities. So at the point, we went into slavery for our iniquities, right? We understand that, but Esau's trying to still figure things out.
mostly comes from Jill. I would highly recommend checking out Jill's book if you want a fascinating and a more detailed discussion of how white evangelical Christians negotiate with the Bible in order to gloss over and to obscure the more problematic aspects of it so that they can read goodness into it so that it can be leveraged as the good book. And the reality is that the Bible is a deeply problematic book in many ways. And while it can be leveraged as the good book for many people, part of that process of renegotiation inevitably influences the people doing the negotiating into adopting and defending some of the more problematic aspects of the.
So once again, I don't know what they got going on, but the word wasn't given to them. Let me get Psalm 147. So they're trying to negotiate for what? I don't know. All right. As you get to the point, Psalms 147 and 19, it says, he showed his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He hath not dealt so with any nation, and as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye the Lord, Yahweh Bashmi Awashad. So, they're negotiating for what? I'm not too sure. But nonetheless, we're in the time now where Esau Edom's skirt has been lifted up, and that shameful spewing has been put on his glory, you know. So I'll grab Habakkuk. In 16, Habakkuk 2:16, it says, thou art filled with shame for glory, drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of the Lord's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful feeling shall be on thy glory, right? And now we're in a stage of life where Esau Edom is afraid to, talk about history and bring it up to their children because they're afraid that their children will, I don't know, I think they said cry or be sad about what they did to the Israelites, right? Which too late for all of that, pretty much. Grab this one. All right, Isaiah 47. Grab Isaiah 47. Quick. Let me get these scriptures on Esau. Isaiah 47:1, it says, "Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground, there is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans. For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate." And that's the point. Take the millstone and grind mill, uncover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. Right? And this is shame to Esau. This is something that he tried to hide. That's why they have something in the museum that's altered, from what it actually is. I'll read this in NLT. It says, Isaiah 47:1, "Come down, virgin daughter of Babylon, sit in the dust. For your days of sitting on a throne have ended, O daughter of Babylonia. Never again will ye be the lovely princess, tender and delicate. Take heavy millstones and grind flour. Remove your veil and strip off your robe. Expose yourself to public view. You will be naked and burdened with shame. I will take vengeance against you without pity." Right? So the Lord is coming. It says, "Our Redeemer, whose name is the Lord Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushua of heaven's armies, is the Holy One of Israel." And then it goes into it. And this is good because it goes to the fact that, basically we was in slavery and these people didn't show us no mercy. And I'll get that part. It says, "O beautiful Babylon, sit now in darkness and silence. Never again will you be known as the queen of kingdoms. For I was angry with my chosen people and punished them by letting them fall into your hands. But you, Babylon, showed them no mercy. You oppressed even the elderly." Right? So no pity is coming for Esau, Edom, right? And no love also. Let me get this. Ezekiel 2:10, it says, "And he spread it before me, and it was written within and without, and there was written therein lamentations and mournings and woe." Right? That's what's in the Bible. No negotiation needed. And it's coming for Esau, Edom. Right? That cup is coming to Esau, Edom. Right? You get Lazarus and the rich man, which I'll probably grab that. We get Lamentations 4. Through 21, it says, "Rejoice and be glad, O Lord of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself naked." So Esau, Edom has shameful spewing on him. It says, "The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O Lord of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity." Right? So we're good. Right? We're at the last kingdom, which is the revised Roman Empire. And we're after this, Yahushua is coming, right? To show no pity and to bind their kings with chains and fetters of irons, right? It says, "He will visit thine iniquity, O Lord of Edom. He will discover thy sins," right? So everything that Esau has been doing is being found out. Let's grab this Luke 16 real quick. It says, "The rich man and Lazarus." Right, this rich man represents Esau. Lazarus represents the Israelites. Right, Esau is rich as hell. We about to see what's in Fort Knox. I heard they got like $425 billion worth of gold in there. So we're trying to see what's up. Anyway, Luke 16:19, it says, "There was a certain rich man which was clothed in purple and fine linen and fared sumptuously every day. And there was a certain beggar named Lazarus, which was laid at his gate full of sores, and desiring to be fed with the crumbs which fell from the rich man's table. Moreover, the dogs came and licked his sores. And it came to pass that the beggar died and was carried by the angels into Abraham's bosom. The rich man also died and was buried. And in hell he lifted up his eyes, being torments, and seeth Abraham afar off, and Lazarus in his bosom." Right, so hell is a condition, and the condition is about to hit Esau like a ton of bricks. All right, because this man is so rich, in 1 hour Babylon's going to be destroyed, and they're going to be put directly into slavery, and that's that. You're going to hit him like a big ass truck. It says, Psalms 149:6, "Let the high praises of Yahweh be in their mouth and a two-edged sword in their hand, to execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishments upon the people, to bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of irons, to execute upon them the judgment written. This honor have all the saints. Praise ye the Lord Yahweh Bashmi Awashad." Right, so these banking elites had a lot to pay for, right? Because they knew exactly who he was, and who we are. And I think often back during the slavery time, you see these slavery the slavery movies, you see the women and they got slaves and shit like that, and the men, the regular everyday Americans, they don't know what the fuck going on. They just got slaves, right? Just like now, people in the world don't know what the fuck going on. It's all ending, and they're still lollygagging around. But these devils knew exactly who he was. So I think about the shit that they did to us. The scriptures say your heart shall meditate terrors. So knowing who we were and what was going to happen, I can only imagine the things that they did and how they tested. And some of it is even out, uh, just dissecting a human being while alive, feeding the babies to all type of animals, stripping the skins off Jake and wearing them for whatever. I don't know. That's weird as hell. Wearing the skin of their slaves for whatever reason, you know. So it's just a lot of shit. So anyway, it says to bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of irons, to execute upon them the judgment written, this honor hath all his saints, praise you the Lord Yahweh Bashmi Shah. Let me see if I can grab another one real quick. The judgment shall sit. That is Daniel chapter 7. Now grab it because this is going to come to pass, right? It's going to come to pass. There's no escape. So Daniel 7 and 20. I'll just get to the point, right? Went through these scriptures before. The elder apostles of GMS, right? The men of the Lord have went through the scriptures before. This is Daniel 7 and 26. This is talking about the fall of Esau's kingdom, the revised Roman Empire, and the establishment of the kingdom of the Most High Yahweh Bashmi Shah. It says Daniel 7 and 26, but the judgment shall sit. What is the judgment? The end. The scriptures say Esau is the end of the road and Jacob is the beginning of it that followed. And we will see, signs and effects in the skies and perpetually of the peoples, upwards of the peoples, right? And we're seeing all of that right now at an intensified rate. It says that, but the judgment shall sit and they shall take away his dominion to consume and to destroy it unto the end. So who has the dominion right now? Esau, Edom. The scriptures say the world was given into the hand of the wicked, right? Esau, Edom is the wicked. And the kingdom and dominion and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High. We are those people. We are the Israelites, right? The ones that he put into slavery and gave the slave Bible, right, to keep us docile. But now we have the actual, the whole book, and we understand. It says whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and all dominion shall serve and obey him, right? So they will bow the knee to Yahweh Bashmi Shai, or they gonna get dealt with, Said, and we pretty much we want them to get dealt with, right? We don't want you to bow, but we want you to bow because Yahweh Shai. But if you don't, you're gonna get dealt with. Daniel 7:28. Here too is the end of the matter. As for me, Daniel, my cognition must trouble me, and my countenance changing me. But I kept the matter in my heart. So this was a heavy vision that Daniel seen, right, regarding the four great kingdoms upon the earth, and the last kingdom ultimately then being destroyed with thermonuclear destruction, and their nobles and their kings being round up and put into slavery, and we, the people, the Israelites, ruling and reigning over them. So, and go back to Lazarus. It says there was a certain rich man which was cloaked in purple and fine. So I came down here. I read it again. And there was a certain rich man which was clothed in purple and fine linen and fared sumptuously every day. Right? So he was in a good case, this rich man. It says, and there was a certain beggar named Lazarus, which was laid at his gate full of sores, and desiring to be fed with the crumbs which fell from the rich man's table. Moreover, the dogs came to lick his sores, right? The scriptures, the curses say that we will go to our enemies and want for all things. It says, and it came to pass that the beggar died and was carried by the angels into Abraham's bosom. The rich man also died and was buried. And in hell he lifted up his eyes, being in torment, and seeth Abraham afar off, and Lazarus in his bosom. And he cried and said, Father Abraham, have mercy on me, and send Lazarus that he may dip the tip of his finger in water and cool my tongue, for I am tormented in his flame. And I immediately think of Psalms chapter 2, verse 1. And I'll grab it. It says, why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? All right, go back to where was that. It says in verse 24, and he cried and said, Father Abraham, have mercy on me and send Lazarus that he may dip the tip of his finger in water and cool my tongue, for I am tormented in this flame. But Abraham said, Son, remember. Hello? Yep. Awesome. But Abraham said, Son, remember that thou in thy lifetime receivest thy good things, and likewise Lazarus evil things. But now he is comforted, and thou art tormented. And besides all this, between us and you there is a great gulf fixed, so that they which would pass from hence to you cannot, neither can they pass to us that would come from thence. Basically, there's nothing that can be done for Esau here, right? He's going to slavery. Thus said the Lord. It's prophesied that he's going to be going to slavery and then ultimately destroyed, which we'll get. So let me continue what I was doing. This is Daniel 4:17. It says, this matter is by the decree of the watchers and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and setteth up over it the basis of men. So Esau Edom currently is that basis of men who's ruling, right? The Most High allowed him to do that, right? That's why he was able to make a slave Bible. So I'm just reading some scriptures here. Psalms 83, it says, a song or psalm of Asaph. Keep not thou silence, O Yahweh, hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Yahweh. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. So that goes to that slave Bible that they created, to keep the Israelites docile. It says, they have said, come and let us cut them off from many nations, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. And we're proclaiming that name Israel right now. I just thought another scripture. Let me grab it. This is Isaiah 44. Grab it real quick. Isaiah 44:1. It says, the blessing of Israel. Yet now hear, O Jacob, my servant, and Israel, whom I have chosen. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, that made thee and formed thee from the womb, which will help thee. Fear not, O Jacob, my servant, and thou Jerusalem, whom I have chosen. For I will pour upon For I will pour water upon him that is thirsty, and floods upon the dry ground. I will pour my spirit upon thy seed, and my blessing upon thine offspring. And they shall spring up as among the grass, as willows by the water courses. One shall say, I am the Lord's Yahweh, and another shall call himself by the name of Jacob, and another shall subscribe with his hand unto the Lord, and surname himself by the name of Israel. Right? And that's us coming back to who we are. It says, thus saith the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, the King of Israel and his Redeemer, the Lord of hosts. I am the first, I am the last, and beside me there is no God. So going back to where I was at. So, and the reason why I thought about that is just because, we have come back to who we are, pursuant to Ezekiel 37. We're now proclaiming the name of Israel that these devils paid billions of dollars to try to hide, right? And that is, it says, they have taken crafty counsel against thy people and insulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from many nations, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites of Moab, and the Hagarenes, Jebel, and Amalek, the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre. Ashur also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot, Selah. So, it goes to list the enemies of, of us. And they have taken crafty counsel, and it goes to that also that slave Bible. This is Malachi 1:1. It says, the burden of the word of the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai to Israel by Malachi, I have loved you, said the Lord Yahweh. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother, said the Lord Yahweh? Yet I loved Jacob, and I hated Esau, and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness. And the people against whom the Lord Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai have indignation forever. And your eyes shall see, and ye shall say, the Lord Yahweh will be magnified from the border of Israel. Right? So now we're proclaiming and magnifying his mighty name, Yahweh, and his son named Yahushai, right? And in the land of our captivity, where we're now remembering ourselves, right? Through all the crafty counsel and the slave Bible and the slavery and all of that. Psalms 139:21. Do not I hate them, O Lord Yahweh, that hate thee? And am I not grieved with those that rise up against thee? Right? Don't let Esau make you feel bad about hating this devil, right? He's to be hated, right? He's the wicked, right? Who is trying everything in his power to kill you. It says, I hate them with perfect hatred. I count them mine enemies. Search me, O Yahweh, and know my heart. Try me and know my thoughts. And see if there be any wicked way in me, and lead me in the way of everlasting. Yeah, and that's good right there. That's a prayer right there, to clear your mind and for the Lord to try you. Romans 9, we'll get 4. Says Romans 9:4, who are the Israelites to whom pertaineth the adoption and the glory and the covenants and the giving of the law and the service of Yahweh and the promises, whose are the fathers, and of whom as concerning the flesh Yahweh Shai came, who is over all, Yahweh blessed forever. Amen. Right? So Yahweh Shai came for the Israelites only. This is Romans 9:13. It says, as it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. What shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with Yahweh? Yahweh forbid. For he saith to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy, and I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion. So then it is not of him that willeth, nor of him that runneth, but of Yahweh that showeth mercy. So, that's the point. The Most High can choose the Israelites, bless the Israelites, protect the Israelites. It can be like, if we get into slavery, that's a problem. But if y'all get into slavery, we don't give a fuck. That it can be that way. And that's the way it is. But basically, everyone had a chance to rule, and everyone, had their time to shine and all of that. People went to slavery, This is 2nd Ezra chapter 6 and verse, we'll do 54. And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all, and the people also whom thou hast chosen, right, the Israelites. Says, all this have I spoken before thee, O Lord Yahweh, because thou madest the world for our sakes, the Israelites. It says, as for the other people, Esau, the heathen, it says, as for the other people which also come of Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing, but be like unto spittle, and hast likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel. And now, O Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, behold, these heathen, which have ever been reputed as nothing, have begun to be lords over us and to devour us. Right? That how one way that they did that is with the slave Bible, right? To try to dumb us down, trick us, make us believe that we were nothing, make us believe that we were spittle, make us believe that we were less than dogs, calling us 3/4. They say we're 3/4 of a human being. But we, thy people, whom thou hast called thy firstborn, thy only begotten, and thy fervent lover, are given into their hands. If the world now be made for our sakes, why do we not possess an inheritance with the world? How long shall this endure? Right? And we're at the time now where it's not going to endure much longer. Right? Esau is through, completely divided and not knowing what to do or where to turn. Job 31, but now I am mocked by, this is Job 31 in the NLT. It says, but now I am mocked by people younger than I, by young men whose fathers are not worthy to run with my sheepdogs. Grab this in the KJV. KJV, it says, but now I am mocked by people younger than I, by young men whose fathers are not worthy to run with my sheepdog. Right? Because so yeah, it says, a lot of good they are to me, those worn out wretches. They are grunt with hunger and flee to the deserts, to desolate and gloomy wastelands. I'm sorry, to desolate and gloomy wastelands. They pluck wild greens from among the bushes and eat from the roots of broom trees. They are driven from human society, and people shout at them as if they were thieves. Right. So this is Esau. Right. This is the first original caveman. Right. What is that thing? The what is that thing that be walking that be real hairy? It's like a gorilla looking type thing. Bigfoot. That's Esau. Right. And people, this is what they did to them. That they was living up there in the caves. Right. And they're gonna return to this farm. It says they are driven from human society, and people shout at them as if they were thieves. So now they live in frightening ravines and caves and among the rocks. They sound like animals howling among the bushes, huddled together beneath the nettles. They are nameless fools, outcast from society, and now they mock me with vulgar song. They taunt me. They despise me and won't come near me, except to spit in my face. For Yahweh has cut my bowstring, he has humbled me, so they have thrown off all restraint, right? So this goes to the basis of men. Hold on, let me grab this. Hello? Yeah, I was told that you'll just put the paperwork in my door and I could just grab it for myself. Oh yeah, I was doing something in the truck. So if you just put it back there and I'll just pull out. All right. All right, let me get this Obadiah. Obadiah 1 and 1, it says, the vision of Obadiah, thus said the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from the Lord, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen, thou art greatly despised. Right, so it's talking about Esau, Edom. It says, the pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord Yahweh Bashim Shah. If thieves came to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Would they not have stolen till they had enough? If the grape gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some grapes? Right, so the Most High is going to completely destroy Esau, Edom. It says, how are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up, right? And shameful feeling has been put onto Esau, Edom, right, all over the world by his own people, women. That woman wrote a book. You can go check it out if you want. Let me put it back up there. See what he said about it.
Take out here reads, would you call the slave Bible the good book? And this is a big part of Jill's concern, the notion that the Bible is the good book, and that what the slave Bible does is remove the corrective features, leaving only these more evil features, as if in total it's still the good book. And this is a big concern of Jill's, and she has actually written a book entitled The Good Book.
All right, there you go. Screenshot, whatever the case may be. And I don't know what they're talking about. I don't know, you can check it out if you want to, but all over, Esau has been exposed by everybody in the world, right? So with that, Lord willing, we edify from the lesson. I'll say Shalom to the elect, which consists of men, women, and children. Shalom.